Whenever I ask someone about summer plans, we both always end up saying the same things. I'm planning on traveling with family, hang out with friends, or going to the pool. But if you're like me and you don't have a ton of friends or plans lined up, you start to wonder. Summer's about 90 days, and now it's less than 60 days. So what do people actually do during that time? Well, that used to be me until I learned how to make the most of summer, which is what I'll be sharing with you in today's video. On the screen are the video's chapters if you want to skip ahead, but I recommend listening to all of it because it builds on each other. The most common problem that may happen during summer vacation is boredom that leads to low energy. Someone online said, sometimes I end up feeling bored and some days even a bit depressed because I really have nothing to do or no one to spend time with. Yeah, I can manage to do some plans for 20, 30, or even 40 days, but there's still literally 50 days left. What do you guys do? What is your summer routine this summer? Someone replied saying, seasons don't really dictate my life anymore after school or college. There's no real difference. I do think that if you are feeling like a boring person, that's 100% on yourself. There's nothing keeping you from learning new things or joining new clubs. And I totally agree with that. Let's get into the action steps part of this video. Number one thing I want to talk about is summer bucket list. Regular bucket lists are often made with the thoughts that you will do this experience before you pass away. A summer bucket list is a list of activities, experiences, or goals that a person wants to accomplish or enjoy during their summer season or vacation, which includes like visiting places, learning a skill, or personal achievements that you want to happen before the summer ends. How I like to create my summer bucket list is I will sit down with a journal and I'll think about what I want to do that only happens in that summer season. Some example of this are like 4th of July, summer barbecues, going to the pool, and then I will look at the previous year's calendar and add to the list with experiences or memories I do want to create again, like going to the beach with family or do something new like travel to California, which I haven't done yet. Some of these examples are on the screen that I will display here. Maybe some of them are free things you can do, maybe go to a local community center, there's public events, I know the library has events, even some parks, local parks might be having events. I know it gets really hot, at least where I'm at, it gets really hot during the day. So take advantage of those summer mornings and summer evenings when it's a little bit more cooler. You can maybe go out for a walk or do some kind of sport. Go ahead and pause the screen and create your list. If you need more inspiration, you can use Google, Pinterest, but keep in mind that this list should be your list. These things need to be the things that you want to experience this summer. All right, once you have your list, factor out your finances, time, and other people if you're planning other people into your plans. This needs to be a realistic bucket list so you can actually experience the things on your list. For example, if you're a college student who has $500 left for the summer, you probably can't travel abroad, but maybe go to the beach. But let's say you saved up enough money to go on a trip to Europe this summer with a few friends. You figured out how much the trip is going to cost, including flights, hotels, food, when you're going depending on your friend's availability and your availability. And this also factors in how much money you'll spend on the trip because depending on when you go, the prices for flights may be even more expensive because more people are traveling during that time in the summer. And lastly, time. Do you have enough time to do all this? Is this conflicting with your regular schedule? Maybe you have a part-time job this summer, or maybe you're vacationing with family for a month. Make sure you factor in that time. These are just some things to think about. Plan for success. Another person replied, exactly. Our comfort zone shrinks the more we do the same stuff over and over. When you're trying something new, it moves into your comfort zone and it grows. I also put things on my summer bucket list that are a bit out of my comfort zone, but I know I can make it happen. I will talk about this a little bit more later. I saw a comment online that said routine is important for most people. I'm not a student, but I'm a teacher, and I try to set a relaxed summer schedule where I get to sleep a little later, maybe do more classes at the gym, get some gaming time, and catch up on some shows I like. I try to have some kind of a project or thing to work away at so I don't get bored or depressed. Once a week, I will try to meet up with a friend, and I kind of make Monday through Friday a schedule with 2 or 3 things per day that doesn't feel too busy or too empty, and let the weekends be whatever they end up as. Downtime is difficult for my mental health, so I've learned to create some balance. What I really liked about that was she had more of like a relaxed summer with like sleeping in more, catching up on shows, but she also tries to schedule in 2 to 3 things per day to feel a little bit productive. Keeping busy creates some kind of balance for her. I want to use the same method that she applied and apply it to our summer bucket list. So maybe your summer bucket list right now has 20 things in it, which is totally okay. I want you to narrow it down to 2 to 3 things, 5 maximum for each month. The things on your list that you select, again, must be be things that you actually can achieve in the month of July and August. Factor in that time, money, and people. This prevents me from feeling overwhelmed with what I want to do, helps me prioritize experiences I really want to do in the summer. So instead of focusing on the 10 things I want to do in the month of July, I focus on the 3 or 4 things I want to happen or experience. But you may find your own system on doing things, and I'm just sharing how it works for me. Once you have your list in check, maybe that's 4 to 6 things or even 10 things. Now it's the official, let's start scheduling in and putting things in the calendar. If you plan on to see the fireworks, maybe after doing some research, you'll find out they're happening this Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Check your availability and then schedule it in. This is the time to do the research, plan, buy the tickets if needed, mark your calendar, and obviously make the intention on going and be excited. It's gonna be great and fun. People tell me they're not a planner and feeling overwhelmed. Well, I gotta say something to that. That is not true. Everyone is a planner, especially when they have to be there on time for work. They have to figure out the traffic time and when they have to leave the house, or when they're scheduling in for their college courses around their part-time job or studying time. It's a choice, and that can be changed at any moment. Let's switch gears for a second. I want to share my sticky note method that I shared in the Clever Fox Planner video, which I will share in the description down below. It's a method that has helped me with prepping and planning. I have these 2 sticky notes that are dedicated to plans, one for the current month and one for the upcoming month. The current month sticky note has the plans that are already scheduled in my calendar and experiences that I would like to happen in this month. So for example, I haven't scheduled canoeing, but it's something I want to do this month. So I use that as a reminder to plan for it and then later schedule it in. The next month sticky note I have are reminders, like last month for the pool, and summer is going to be over, and even events that are happening in that next month, so it gives me a little heads up. These help me keep track of the current month and the upcoming month so I can prepare and plan accordingly and just overall be excited for the upcoming events. Here's a pro tip here. In August, start planning for the next school year or a season or even the upcoming month. So that way you are prepared and will have less regrets looking back of what could have been. Lastly, let's talk about vision boards. I will briefly discuss vision boards on here because they've really helped me. I created my summer vision board in the beginning of the year. I put things on there that I was looking forward to, some things that I really wanted to make happen. This included putting things that were out of my comfort zone, but I knew I could make it happen. There was an Abraham Hicks conference I really wanted to go in June. I researched it, where it was going to be, how much it will cost, transportation, parking, accommodations, to even what I was going to wear. This was going to be my first solo trip driving that far. It was going to put me out of my comfort zone, but I was preparing for it. And closer to the date, I realized I didn't need to go because I got my questions answered at another conference and was feeling content with not going anymore. Even though I did not go, I know deep down I could have gone. I have looked at that vision board like so many times. I know I could have made it happen. Plus, I put in the actions towards attending. If you're a visual person like me, vision boards are great reminders. I like to keep my vision board on my phone, so I'm just seeing it like constantly. And if you want a full video on vision boards and how to make them in a way that things actually happen for you, let me know. As always, until next time.